Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's your girl, Chere M, Goode, the Recharge Strategist. And so, on your request, I'm back at it again, doing some more healthy cooking demos. Of course, I have my wine because I need to unwind and I need to relax in the evenings after I've been, on the front lines. Tonight, I'm drinking some Riesling. Here's my Riesling for today. Pike's Riesling. Has a really good taste, so that's how I'm unwinding. But I'm going to go on and start. I'm going to show you guys a quick, healthy dinner that I'm cooking for myself. It's going to probably take 10 minutes or less to prep. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me put my glass of wine down. How's everybody? Hope everybody had a good day today. So again, on request, I've been asked to do more cooking demos to show what I'm eating to release the unwanted pounds that I've been wanting. So today, I am doing some Brussels sprouts, as you can see. So I already cut them up and cut them in half and everything. And I'm going to mix it up and put it with some shrimp. So I already have my shrimp already peeled and everything ready to go. As usual, I use cooking spray. So today I'm going to use my olive oil cooking spray from Pam. So I'm going to go ahead and get started for you guys. I hope everybody had a good day today. So that's how I prep. I got all my seasonings. I'll show you everything I'm doing and I'll talk my way through it. Hope everybody had a great day today. So now it's time to eat a healthy, nutritious meal. Don't mind the other pot. This is just my family's meal heating up over here. I'm not cooking 2 meals on the video today like I did yesterday. So this is some leftover ziti and some turkey sausage that I had cooked for them. And so it's just warming up for them for dinner tonight. But for my dinner, again, we got the shrimp. I've got fresh Brussels sprouts that I'm going to saute. And I have red onions already diced up and ready to go. Hey, Sarah Garner, how are you? Hey, Rock, how are you, cuz? How's everything? Hope everything is well where you are. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the onions. I like to saute my vegetables or whatever first. So I'm going to put all the rest of these red onions in there. Red onions are really good, guys, for your immune system. Onions, period. But red onions in particular, they have an extra little kick in there. So it's really good to make sure you get your onions and your garlic in, especially now if you're trying to boost your immune system. So got my onions in there. For my spices and my seasonings today, again, I cook without salt. I don't do salt. So we got the spicy garlic. Hubby turned me on to this. So we got spicy garlic. I like to throw a little turmeric in my food. Also, that's good for your immune system as well. So I like to throw some of that in there. And I also love my garlic and herb salt-free seasoning from McCormick. It's called Perfect Pinch. This is what I'll be using to season my food. I do not use salt at all. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my Brussels sprouts. They're fresh. I like to cut them up in pieces like this because they were pretty big. But then the little ones, you can just cut them in half. The bigger ones, I cut in 4s. So it just makes it a little easier to work around your pan and everything like that. So before I add the shrimp, I like to make sure that my Brussels sprouts are almost done first because the shrimp is not going to take much time. Hey, Camille, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. And of course, I like to cook with my wine, y'all. So I got my wine. I got my glass of wine to unwind for the day. Hey, Del Perry. Hi, family. How are you? How you feeling, cuz? I hope y'all are doing well over there. I got my Riesling today. I'm going to show you guys what Riesling I'm drinking today. I got this from a wine shop that had a really good sale. It's called Pike's Riesling. So it's pretty good. It's not too bitter or anything like that. It has a little hint of sweetness, but not too sweet where I feel like I'm breaking anything on my sugar, on my less sugar. So, again, use the cooking spray. Pam olive oil cooking spray. Whatever cooking spray you decide you want to use is fine. Again, I love cooking spray because there's no calories. I'm not going to waste calories on what I'm cooking with. So, right now, we're just waiting. I'm sauteing the Brussels sprouts. They're fresh Brussels sprouts. Hey, Monique Edmond, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Just doing some healthy cooking for everybody. I was requested to do more cooking videos. People kept telling me, they say, look, you keep putting those food pictures. We want to see how you prep it. So, right now, I just have my fresh Brussels sprouts and some diced red onions in the pan right now. Haven't added any seasonings yet, but I'm going to put some turmeric. I love that on there, and that's good for your immune system. Not too much, though, because it does give it a different taste. It'll give it like a bitter taste. So, you can cook with it, though, but just be light with it. Also, I'm using my spicy garlic here. So I put my spicy garlic in there. Give it a little kick. Your food, just because it's healthy, does not have to be bland. That's the one thing I tell people all the time. You can season your food without salt. Without salt. Now, for today, once everything gets almost done, I do use this stir fry. I love this stir fry sauce. And it is a little high in sodium. It's about 21% of your daily allotment for sodium. It has 490 milligrams in a tablespoon. However, if you're good all day long, you can afford this. So I can afford this because I haven't had any salt all day today. So just keep that in mind. You know, sometimes it's okay to have some things. I mean, we're not going to have 100% perfect food, but you want to give your food some flavor. So I do use some of this stir fry sometimes towards the end of my meals. And then last but not least, for my seasonings, I use my garlic and herb salt-free by McCormick. It's called Pinch Perfect. So you can use salt-free things. Hey, Cheryl McGee, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. How you guys doing? What are you eating today? Let me know. Type in the feed what you're eating. What's for dinner? What is for dinner? So, you know, I always like to get mine started a little early because I don't eat after 8. So if I don't eat after 8, that means I need to be cooking in the kitchen early. So it's almost 6 o'clock. I like to eat around this time frame. Between 6, no later than 7, so that I can stop by 8. So if I do want to have a little snack or something, that gives me an hour after dinner to have a healthy snack. So again, sitting here just prepping. Move my onions popping around, y'all. I'm prepping, cooking the Brussels sprouts. I'm sauteing them here with some red onions and all the seasonings that I just told you about. Hey, Pam, how are you? Hey, Stephanie Owens, thanks for tuning in. Just doing a healthy cooking meal, a very quick meal today. I'm doing Brussels sprouts. There you go. They're sauteing in the pan with some red onions right now and some turmeric, some spicy garlic, and some garlic and herb salt-free seasoning by McCormick. And then I'm going to add in some shrimp, which I already took the shells off of and rinsed and all that good stuff. So this meal will take probably 10 to 15 minutes at the most. And that's at the most, y'all. So it's good when you can eat healthy and it doesn't take a long time to cook a meal. You know, sometimes you just want to come in, you're tired, you've been working all day, or, you know, even if you're home, sometimes you just might be in lazy mode and you don't feel like a long, elaborate meal. Cook something quick like this. So that quick, my Brussels sprouts are getting a little brown on top, which is really good. That's probably the turmeric that's helping it as well. Hey, Corey Brown, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, L'Oreal Johnson, thanks for tuning in. Just doing quick, healthy dinner for everybody, showing you guys that you can eat nutritious meals, but it can still be tasty. So the Brussels sprouts are really brown on top, and so I'm going to go ahead and throw my shrimp in there so that the shrimp can get done as well. Again, as you see, I haven't used any salt at all. Cheryl, you say you're doing a salad for dinner. You're hooked on cucumbers. I love cucumbers too. They are really, really good. Watching you getting ideas. Absolutely. That's why I'm doing this. I was getting a lot of requests from people to please do more cooking demos. That's what they told me. Like, say, you keep posting the foods that you're eating that's healthy, and you're telling people how you released 39 pounds that you didn't want, but we want you to show us how to do this. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's going to be delish, y'all. Can you see? I hope you can see it. So I'm just doing a quick shrimp and Brussels sprout stir fry. That's basically what dinner is tonight. So, of course, I like to cook. I like to set the mood for my cooking. So I always have my trusty glass of wine to unwind after a long day at work. So I got my Riesling today. That's what I decided on today. So, literally, we're almost done because shrimp doesn't take that long to get done. So as soon as the shrimp are done, I'm going to add a little bit of stir fry. And then my dinner is ready. I typically won't add a starch to this at all. But if you feel like, hey, I need some starch with my meal, you can always add some brown rice with some quinoa. Or you can just add some brown rice and put this over brown rice because I'm going to make it a little moist with the stir-fry sauce. So I told you I was going to use the stir-fry sauce. Just be careful how much stir-fry sauce you use. So I'm just going to use a little here, just to glaze over the top, but not drowning it, okay? So just doing a quick little glazing over top of your vegetables. That's going to give it a little more flavor too. So you see, you don't even have to add salt because that has some sodium in it already. So you don't need to add extra salt because you're going to get some salt from the stir fry sauce anyway, okay? So I'm going to show you, this is really looking yummy. So my mom always likes to test the new meals with me that I try out. Hey, Lisa Duncan, how are you? Hi, Erica Anderson Marks, Sharice Carter. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, just going to be doing more cooking videos for healthy meals and plant-based options. You don't have to have meat every night if you're somebody who eats meat. But these are just some other options. Some people say shrimp is meat. I beg to differ. Okay. I don't feel like it's meat because otherwise it wouldn't be called pescatarian if it was meat. It would just be a regular diet. I am a pescatarian. I will eat seafood, but I eat a lot more plant-based meals than what I used to eat. So I'm going to show you this and see how brown and yummy it looks. And literally, my dinner is really done. I'm just going to let my Brussels sprouts cook just a tad bit longer. Hey, Vincent, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. So this is tonight's dinner. I'm going to lift my camera up so you can really see it over top of the stove and how yummy it looks. So you don't have to cook long, elaborate meals to be healthy, and it can still look yummy. And you'll be like, oh my God, I would have never thought to put those two together. Some shrimp and Brussels sprouts is my dinner for tonight, and that's it. I don't add anything to it. I don't add any, I don't do any starch or anything like that with it. This actually is the entire meal. So I'm going to lift my camera up and show you guys. So, hey, Felicia, how are you? Hey, Uncle Claude, how are you, twin? Hey, Jackie. Thanks you guys for tuning in. I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see the meal. All right, so this is it over top of the stove if you couldn't see it really good. So it's shrimp with Brussels sprouts. Again, I used a little bit of spicy garlic. I used some ground turmeric, and I used perfect pinch garlic and herbs salt-free seasoning. So it has some garlic in it. I love that, and the herbs that it has in that. You do not have to use salt to have tasty food. And then I did add just a glazing of some stir-fry sauce just to give it some moisture and give it even some more flavor without using salt. So that's it. Basically, the dinner is done. I don't know how long have I been on here? I'm not sure. But this is, 10, 15 minutes. Hey, Toya Saints. Thank you, Felicia. Looks yummy. Glad you have my address. That's right, girl. But it's going to be a curbside pickup. Yes. Thank you, Cheryl. She said it looks delicious. It looks good. Thank you. It is. It's going to be tasty. So I'm going to turn it down. And it just depends on how crunchy you want your Brussels sprouts. It's totally up to you. So you can have them softer. I like a little crunch left in my vegetables because that actually keeps the nutrients and the vitamins and everything still in the meal. I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be too overcooked and kill all the nutrients. So remember that when you're cooking your vegetables, okay? So dinner is done for me. That's it. Shrimp with Brussels sprouts sauteed with my seasonings, no salt. And that's it. No starch for me. I just eat my shrimp and my vegetables. Some people say, yeah, the shrimp is meat. I beg to differ, but it wouldn't be called pescatarian if it was meat. We would just be eating a regular diet. So I do fish and I do shrimp. Hey, Nevi Chin, how are you? Say yummers. Felicia said, yes, Hunty, yes. So this is it. This is my dinner for tonight. How long have we been on here? Somebody tell me how long I've been on here cooking. Because I said we're done a couple times, but how long have I been on here? Tell me what the time says up in your corner. Hey, Miss Shondi. Miss Shondi is another one you guys want to follow. Miss Shondi Wright Brown. She does vegan cooking. So she's a vegan. I'm not ready yet. I still like my shrimp and my fish. So so I'm going to turn that off because we are done. I have my wine. Like I told you, I got to unwind. So I use my wine to unwind. 15 minutes. So dinner's done in 15 minutes. And it probably was less than that. So that's it, guys. All right, let me turn this back around and talk to you for a minute. Hey, everybody. So my dinner's ready. I'm going to be doing more cooking demos like this just to give you some fresh ideas about how to, take better care of your body, how to perform self-care through nutrition. So you can eat your way healthy, okay? So we're going to cut out that sugar. We're going to cut out that salt. and get you some nutritious meals that are quick. Hey, Andre Dunstan. Hey, Sabrina Brown. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just going to show you one more time. Tonight's dinner is a quick shrimp and Brussels sprout stir fry using no salt. Here, let's show it to you. Thank you, Felicia. You know I love you, girl. That's my former leader for Mary Kay. All right, here we go. There we go. Doesn't that look delish? No salt, guys. It's no salt. Thank you, Sabrina. She said it looks good. Did you start with olive oil? You never want to cook with virgin olive oil, like the oil itself. I use olive oil spray. Whoops. Olive oil cooking spray. This is what I use. So you never ever want to use virgin olive oil, the oil itself, and cook with it because it becomes toxic when it's heated. So you don't want to do that. This is a cooking spray, so there's a difference. But I'm talking about just olive oil, straight olive oil out of the glass bottle, and you just pour it and start cooking. No, you never ever want to do that because then it becomes toxic when you heat it. So you're actually harming your body instead of nurturing your body. So make sure if you're going to use it, use cooking spray. Don't use the actual olive oil. Okay, that's a tidbit that a lot of people don't know. The olive oil, when you use it and it's in the extra virgin olive oil and you pour it in the pan, it becomes toxic when you heat it. Cheryl said, this is great. I just had my thyroid removed. Oh, my goodness. I hope your surgery went really well. Hope you're doing well. Let me turn this back around and talk to you guys. What did you use for seasoning instead of salt? Oh, okay, let me show you again. Turn it back around. Okay, so for my seasoning, I use this spicy garlic because I like a little kick to my food. I like hot sauce. I like stuff like that, but I don't want to overdo it because it's not good for the gut. It interferes with your gut health when you eat too many spicy foods. So I use spicy garlic, just a little bit of it. And it doesn't have to be this brand. I'm just showing you this is the brand that I really like. It's Global Fusion Rub. It's like a rub, but I sprinkle it. I also used some turmeric, ground turmeric. This is good for your immune system. So a lot of people talk about, oh, turmeric, eat it, drink it, whatever. I sprinkle it on my food and cook with it because I can tolerate the taste better. Hey, Tierra Tates, how are you? Toya Saint says, thanks, I didn't know that. Wow, yes, about the olive oil, sis. Yeah, you never want to cook with olive oil fresh out of the bottle. It becomes toxic when you heat it. And then last but not least, let me wipe my onion off. I use the Perfect Pinch garlic and herb salt-free, no MSG seasoning. All right? So no salt. The only thing that had salt that I used was this stir fry. And that's why you saw that I only glazed my food with it. I did not drench my food with it because this is the one thing that has sodium in it. It has a tablespoon has like 480 milligrams of sodium. So it is quite salty, so you don't want to overdo it. So I just glazed it over top of my vegetables. I didn't have any other salt today, so I could afford to do this. But just beware. It's only 20 calories for a tablespoon, but look at that salt. 490 milligrams. I said 480, 490 milligrams. But you see there's only 3 grams of sugar. So I watch my sugar consumption. I don't do more than 10 grams of sugar in a 24-hour period. And I don't eat after 8 o'clock. And that's why I come on here live early because I'm cooking between 5:30 and 6 o'clock every night so I can eat, allow my food to digest. And I normally take my vitamins with my dinner. So I do take a vitamin B complex and I take biotin and then I take a prebiotic for my gut health. And, if you know anything about gut health, your gut is like the functionality system of all of us. Everything starts in the gut. If you're having those aches and pains in your joints, your knees are hurting, you got arthritis and things like that, look at what you're putting and ingesting into your body. Hey, Rob House, how are you? Good old turmeric. That's right. Hey, Ravonda Holloway, thank you for tuning in. I was just showing a quick meal we did in about 12 to 15 minutes. We cooked this meal. It is sauteed Brussels sprouts and shrimp with red onions, and it's salt-free. It's salt-free other than the sodium that got out of this stir-fry sauce, which I just glazed over it. But doesn't that look yummy, y'all? I can't wait to eat. And I put some ground turmeric, again, for those that wanted to know, some spicy garlic, and I used Pinch Perfect garlic and herb salt-free seasoning. Okay, so that's all that's in there. And I glazed it with this stir-fry sauce. So your red onions are going to give you some flavor. Your shrimp is going to give you a little flavor. And then you just let it Let it caramelize at the bottom. See how it's brown? It looks like they're roasted. See the brown here? So you let it cook just enough. And voila, my dinner is done. 10 to 15 minutes at the most is what my healthy meals typically take me to cook. And then, of course, I'm going to turn this around. Of course, I have my wine because I like to cook with my wine. I like to drink wine while I cook, y'all. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know who taught me that, but I have my glass of wine. I'm doing Riesling today. Yesterday I did some Moscato. So if I do sweet wine one day, I really don't do a sweet wine the next day. But I'm doing this wine here today. It's called Pikes. It's Riesling 2018 Hills and Valleys, but it's by Pikes. It's really good. I went to a lady that I work with, her brother-in-law. He owns a wine shop, and he was having a dynamic sale on wines, trying to, I guess, just get rid of some of his vault, some of the wines that was in his vault. And so he had a really good sale where he was selling all his wines for like $12. So I just bought a case of wine from him just in case we locked in for a long time, y'all. I can't go and get some more wine, so I had to have my wine on stock. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, I'm just going to show you one more time tonight's dinner. Delish. It is shrimp and Brussels sprouts. Hey Susan, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. So this is it right here. Sauteed Brussels sprouts with shrimp. No starch, no salt, but it's delicious. I'm telling you, it doesn't, you don't have to cook with salt. You do not have to cook with salt. You can use salt alternatives. You can use other spices to make your food have flavor. The only thing that has salt in it that I use is this stir-fry sauce, and I only glazed my food with it. So if you're going to use something like that, just be light on it. Glaze your food just to give it a little and that's about it. Hey Ruth, how are you? If you missed it, watch the replay, sis. This is tonight's dinner. No starch, just shrimp with Brussels sprouts sauteed. No salt. The only salt that I said I used is this stir-fry sauce, and I only put a glazing over it. I did not use a lot. I used my spicy garlic. For my immune health, my immunity, and my immune system health, I use some ground turmeric. And last but not least, I use some garlic and herbs, salt-free. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Long time no hear. Hey, honey. Yes, just watch the replay, guys. I'm going to get off of here. Of course, I have my glass of wine. I love my wine. And for the wine, I'm drinking Riesling today. Pikes by Clare Valley, 2018 Riesling. It's out of Australia, y'all. It's really good, though. So I have my wine when I cook. I had my music on, but you know how cable does in and out. So I always have my music playing as well. But this is tonight's dinner. It only took like 12 minutes to cook this entire meal. By the time I asked, it was 15 minutes. But it took about 10 to 12 minutes to cook this entire meal. So you can eat healthy with quick meals, quick cooking. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out. I hope everybody had a great day today. So make sure you catch my live later on tonight at 7. I'll be on with Caprice Smith and Marla Folks and Yolanda, and we'll be talking about uncuffed women. So all ladies, make sure you look out for that. I'll be sharing it on my page as well. Hey, Kenneth Morton, how are you? Mervo. Hey, Tammy Anderson Ward, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. If you guys missed, I just did a cooking demo, quick, healthy meals that can nurture your body, and that's a form of self-care. Nutrition is definitely a form of self-care. Thank you, Cheryl Matthews. She said it looks yummy. Let me show it to the people that just popped on. Let's see. There we go. Shrimp and Brussels sprouts stir fry. So a lot of people just been asking me, like, how are you releasing, your weight? I'm down 39 pounds so far. Actually today made 40 pounds. I forgot to say that. Yes. Today made 40 pounds because I stepped on the scale and I was down another pound. So I was like, yay me. So if you haven't gotten me and Delana Watkins' new book, it's called Release the Weight Without the Weight. It's a guide to sugarless living and intermittent fasting. So get that book. You can go on my website and get it. It's an ebook, so you don't have to get it shipped or anything like that. You just literally, when you pay for the book, it comes straight to the email that you pay for it with. So go to my website, totalharmonyenterprises.com. I'll make sure I type that in the feed and pick up my new book. It's called Release the Weight Without the Weight. A quick guide to sugarless living and intermittent fasting. Okay. Hey, Donna, how are you? Hey, Monica Rogers. I saw you last night, girl, on the wheels. Yes, please grab a copy, Ruth. I would definitely appreciate the support, but it's a really good book. You can even print it out if you like, and you can use the sheets that we have in there for journaling and everything else. Hey, Janelle, I'm Gerard Jones. Hey, Wanda Dyson. Yeah, again, I'm just talking about my new book called Release the Weight Without the Weight, a quick guide to intermittent fasting with myself and my fellow nursepreneur, Delana Watkins. We just released it this month at the beginning of the month, and it's only $11 for the ebook. And it comes straight to your email. As soon as you pay for it, boom, you have it right away. It's all automation. Automation, the world of automation. I love it. So for those that just came on, let me show you one last time. You can watch the replay, but tonight's healthy meal, here it is. It's shrimp and Brussels sprout stir fry with red onions, no salt. The only salt is in the glaze that I use, which was a little bit of the stir fry sauce by Kiko Man. So they have that was the only salt. We used some turmeric, some spicy garlic, and last but not least, I use the garlic and herb salt-free seasoning. So you can have healthy, delicious meals, starch-free meals. See that? Yes. Hey, Nicole Bell, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Good evening. Make sure you watch the replay, guys, all right? So the other night, yesterday, I'm sorry, when I did the live cooking demo, wow, the response was amazing. People have been asking me to please do more cooking demos to show them how I'm eating healthy and how I've released the 40 pounds that I've released so far. I got about another 10, 15 I really, really want to release to be where I want to be. People say I don't need to, but it's all about what you want and what self-care you decide for yourself. So I just want to be healthy. You know, I'm in my 40s. I got to make sure I do things differently. My dad died at the age of 59 from heart disease. And so I got to make sure that I'm doing things that's nurturing my mind, my body, and my spirit. I can't just be putting anything in my body. I got to make sure I'm eating right. I got to make sure that my blood pressure stays under control. I got to make sure my weight stays under control. I have to make sure my BMI is right. I got to make sure that I'm not developing diabetes because that runs in my family. Diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all those things runs in your family. So know your family history and know what you need to do to protect yourself from disease. Hello, Terrence Hutchison. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, just you got to make sure that you are watching what you ingest because what you put in is what's going to produce on the outside. If you put crap inside of you, you're going to feel like crap. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to feel weighed down. You're not going to feel like the 100% that you really, really want to be, right? So, I'm just starting giving out my little tips on how you can cook healthy, nutritious meals in like 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't take long. And so I typically will do, starch-free meals. I make sure, that I'm eating healthy. If I do want some starch, I try to replace it with something else like last night. I replaced it with the zucchini squash noodles. It was zucchini and yellow squash, acorn squash, zucchini squash, and yellow squash noodles. Thank you, Annette. It is tasty. This is not my first time making this meal. It's just my first time doing it live for everybody on social media because I've been getting a lot of requests to please, do the demos for the cooking and not just post the pictures. People are like, you keep posting those pictures and the food looks good, but we want to see how you prep it. So guess what? Your wish is my command. I did it for you. So again, if you missed this, please watch the replay so that you can see how to prep this meal. Again, it's shrimp and Brussels sprout stir fry, no salt, very nutritious meal, no starch. So everybody just watch what you're putting in. Make sure you're boosting your immune system right now. Nutritional supplements in meals. Hey, Albert House, how are you? Yes, nutritional supplements in meals. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean that you eat, when you eat nutritious, you're getting the supplements in your meals? Yes, everything that we eat should contain all the vitamins and stuff that we need. We are a vitamin D deficient society. So most Americans are vitamin D deficient. So making sure that you're getting out in the sun, getting outdoors when there is sunlight for about 10 to 15 minutes a day is imperative. Not only does that help, boost your vitamin D levels, but it also boosts your mood and it helps with anxiety, especially now in these uncertain times. People really, really need to be getting outside, even if you just step out 10, 15 minutes just to get some fresh air, to get some sunlight. It's good for your mood. It's good for boosting your vitamin D. It's actually good for your immune system. Did you know that if your vitamin D level is low, that you are more prone to upper respiratory infections? So a lot of people don't know that. They don't teach us that stuff, right? So that's why I'm here, so I can teach you some stuff. So vitamin D, yeah, if your vitamin D levels are low, then you are, predisposed to more respiratory infections. And right now is not the time. So remember, y'all, it is still flu season. It's still flu season. And so on top of flu season, then we got the coronavirus, so COVID-19. So now's the time to boost your immune systems, get that turmeric in you, get those raw onions in you, get that garlic in you, eat healthy, those green leafy vegetables that's going to nurture you, make you feel good. And that said, I love spaghetti squash in place of noodles. Yes. And I love, because this Giant has it where it's already prepped. I don't have to do all that shredding of the noodles and all of the squash. I don't have time for all of that. I want it already prepped. So I actually get the noodles already prepped. I'll show them to you. I showed them last night on my live last night. Let's see if I can pull them out. So I had some left over here. I'll switch this around. There we go. So this is the squash noodle medley. So I get the 3 different types of squash, the yellow, the acorn squash. You get all 3 of them together in a pack. Giant sells them like that. I do not use salt on my food, Albert. No, salt is a no-no for me. I do not use salt at all. If something has a little sodium in it, then I can't help that, but I just minimize what I use. Like tonight, I said that I used the stir fry sauce, but I glazed my food with it. I did not dump it on there or pour a whole lot and make it saucy. No, but I did use a little bit of that. But the sodium in this to me is very high. But this is the only sodium I've had all day today. So I do intermittent fasting as well. So I do not eat after 8. So I don't eat until 12, 12 or later. I try to do the 16 and 8, eat within 8 hours. But today, other than this dish that I just made for you, the only thing I had today was some popcorn. And that was 140 calories. So I'm very cognizant of what I put in. I don't just grab food just to grab it. I listen to my gut. If my body tells me I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Like, it's no need. If I don't feel hungry, I'm not just eating just because, But I get enough in. Even if I don't feel hungry, when I do feel hungry, I eat. But I make sure that I'm eating nutritious meals that's gonna nurture my body, where I'm not just putting something in just because. And so don't wait till you're starving to eat, because that's the problem. A lot of people wait until they're like famished, like, oh my God, I'm so hungry, I don't know what to do. I'm so hungry, I don't know what to do. And then they grab unhealthy choices. No, we're not doing that. When you first feel that sign of hunger, make conscientious choices that this is what you're going to eat. I'm going to flip that around again. So there's our dish for tonight. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's it. And then I just cover it up and keep it so it doesn't dry out or anything like that. But no salt on the food. No added salt. Whatever salt is in there is in there. I do not use salt, y'all. And the only reason there's some salt in this house at all is because my husband bought it. I do not buy salt. My mom doesn't even use extra salt. She doesn't put salt on stuff. Do you, Ma? Let me show y'all Mom. Am you ready to wade, people? There's my mom sitting over there, y'all. Hey. And let me tell you something. See that gorgeous skin on my mother? That's all she drinks, y'all, is water. Water. You see all this water? That's all my mom drinks is water. All day, every day. You see that gorgeous skin on her? She don't have no makeup on, y'all. Okay? So what you put in will definitely show on the outside. So all she drinks is water all day long. And perfect example. She's a perfect example of not putting garbage in you. I don't drink sodas. I do drink my wine, though. Y'all, I drink my wine. Always have at least one glass of wine, probably in the afternoon, almost every day. But again, today's meal, make sure you go back and watch if you missed it. Today's meal was sauteed Brussels sprouts and shrimp. No starch, no salt, but we still have a tasty, tasty dish. Let's see, who else is on here? Nicole Siegelhaus, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Keith Charles. He has that movement. F the fat. What is it? What is it, Keith? He has a group, y'all. Y'all got to join his group. F the fat. F that fat. F that fat, or something like that. But he has a lot of people that are there that he encourages to get rid of the fat. We're working on you, Keith, with the plant-based diet. He's like, I like my meat. I'm gonna eat my food. Guess what? No judgment zone here. Fabulous queen. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, I'm just going to show real quick. Hey, Tremaine, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I just did a cooking demo. Tonight's dinner took about, what is it? I can't say that, Keith. F this fat. Yo, I can't say that. He got FUK this fat movement. I can't say that I'm a lady, Keith. Stop playing. So I can't say that. But that's the name of his movement, y'all. He has a group. Follow his group. And get some encouragement on getting in shape. And, I post in there. He lets me put my delish meals and everything in there. I'm going to show you one more time tonight's dinner. Hey, Rochelle, how are you? Let's see, let's rotate this camera if it'll let me. So this is tonight's dinner. Just sauteed shrimp and Brussels sprouts. No starch tonight. And no salt. I didn't use any salt to cook this dish, y'all. No salt, but doesn't it look good? It's all brown. Yum, yum, yum. Keith laughing at me. You laughing at me, Keith? Oh my God, you laughing. I can't say that, Keith. You gotta change the name of that group, man. At least just take the UK out. You say F this fat. Take the UK out. I can't say that. But anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you had a great day today. Listen, don't let these times get to you. Take it as a vacation that you didn't plan, okay? You need tone, or what is that? What is that, Keith? I don't understand what that means. You need tone, or you gotta explain that, Keith. I don't know what that is. So listen, don't let these times get to you. Just breathe. Hey, Tajula. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Hey, lady, I know who you are. Anyway, don't let these times get to you. Just breathe, guys. Everybody's stressed out right now. So it's just the uncertainty, and it's nothing wrong with you just because you may be anxious or you may be feeling stressed. Everybody is. I'm still working on the front lines, and I got stressed. So the last 2 days, it really wasn't a whole lot of business going on for me on the front lines. So it's nerve wracking for me as well, because I don't know. They could call me and be like, "Hey, you got to go over to the hospital." I don't want to be in the hospital, y'all. I'm on the front lines seeing patients, but I'm not in the hospital. I don't want to be in the hospital right now. I'm sorry. And let me tell y'all, I want to show y'all something. Oh, thank you, Albert. He said your tenacity is awesome. Oh, y'all so sweet. And Keith said you need to be our official chef. You got that. You got that. So listen, I want to show y'all a blessing that I received today. So maybe it's dark for a minute. I got to turn the light on. But I want to show you guys something. I received the best blessing today. And when I say that God looks out for people, this is nobody but God. So I had a young lady, and many of you know that I sell Mary Kay. I'm a Mary Kay lady, so that's why you see all those fabulous lips and my colors and stuff and my makeup that I wear. I'm a Mary Kay lady. So let me tell you, I had posted, hey, Stacy McLaurin, how are you? Make sure you watch the replay to see tonight's healthy dinner that I cooked. It was sauteed shrimp and Brussels sprouts, no salt. Just a slight glazing with some stir fry. But anyway, I had posted, a couple of you probably saw my posts about a couple days ago or last week, and I was telling you how now we're being asked to wear like masks for a week. So everybody's like, hey, you got to keep your mask on for a week. You got to wear your mask for a week because we're short on supplies. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressing out. I actually cried. I've been a nurse for 30 years. I have never cried like about the state of healthcare right now. So that was like major to me because I was like, oh my God, like that's scary to me to think that, because I'm using an old mask that I could be jeopardizing myself and then bringing something home to my family. So I literally cried that Friday. I think it was last Friday. I sit on the sofa and I cried because I'm like, what is healthcare coming to? So anyways, I put the post up, not thinking anything of it. You guys, when I tell you that so many people reached out to me and I said it could be nobody but God, let me show you what came in the mail today. So first, I sell Mary Kay. So I had a young lady come and pick up my special for this week was makeup brushes. So I'm giving an awesome deal on makeup brushes, ladies. So if anybody want to know, just inbox me. I'll tell you how much I'm taking off. You will not believe how much. It's a 5-piece set in a case. Makeup brushes. I have overstock and I'm getting rid of them. So anyway, so the young lady came to pick up her makeup brushes and she bought me this. I'm going to show you. Let's see. She bought me masks, y'all. She bought me these 3. 1, 2, 3. So then I proceed to go to the mailbox and I get this. And then I dig in the mail a little bit more and I get this. And I'm like, oh my God. So this lady, Yvonne, I do not know her from Adam. And she is from New York. And she sent me a message and said, what's your address? And I'm like, my address? You want my address? Why you want my address? I don't know you, lady. She said, I make masks and I want to bless you. She said, how many do you want? I said, sis, I don't have an amount that I want to tell you that I want. I just want you, whatever you're going to send me and you want to be a blessing to me, you be that. And that's it. Then this lady, Marsha, she's from Pennsylvania. Don't know her from Adam. Guys, she sent me 20 masks to share with my coworkers and my team and my family. So I'm sitting here with 20 masks from this lady from Pennsylvania that I don't know. I'm sitting here with 10 masks from this lady, Yvonne, from New York, who I don't know. And then my good girlfriend, Tay Hart, she gave me these 3, and these are really good masks, guys. So like this, if I had to use it for a week, this is okay for me to use for a week because they're durable, they're strong, they're actually medical masks. So she gave me those, and then she gave me one that's made with a filter to put inside of it. So when I tell you that God is a blessing and he will take care of you when you feeling like, oh my God, you're down and out, he gives you that reminder that says to you, you know what, I got you. Stop acting like I don't have you. Stop acting like you don't have no faith. But I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Annette Morton. She said, God be with you. Thank you all for your public service. Yes, it's tough on the front lines, but guess what? It's necessary. And thank you, Taylor. You deserve it for your service. Thank you so much. But I just wanted to show you guys that, and I'm going to post it later just to thank those ladies because they don't know me. Only one of them knows me. Only one of the ladies knows me. Nobody else, none of those other ladies knew me. Somebody tagged them in my post and said, look, this is a nurse that we know that this is the situation. Check this out. And this is what people are doing. So don't let the times get to you. Stay prayed up. Wash your hands. Protect yourself and your family. Stay in the house. But stay prayed up. You know, blessings will come later. But don't stress. I mean, I was feeling down and out last Friday, crying and everything. I've been a nurse for 30 years, y'all. 30 years, and I have never, ever seen anything like this in my life. And so everybody's feeling some stress. Everybody's feeling anxiety. There's nothing wrong with a good old cry. Go ahead and get it out. Go ahead and cry. So I booed. Sitting on my sofa after work. Was like, oh my God, I've never seen nothing like this in my life in 30 years of a nurse. Because all we really want to do is just help people. That's what we do. That's why we became nurses. That's why we are in the medical field. For me, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about money at all for me. Hey, Nicole, she said, this is awesome, Jesus. We are all with you. Yes. And I felt that. Y'all, when I opened that mailbox up today and I saw packages, I'm like, I don't know these people. And then I opened them. Y'all, it brought tears to my eyes. I was like, wow. We are all in this same fight together to get through this madness of COVID-19 coronavirus. So nutritious meals is just one part of it. So make sure you're eating healthy, to make sure that you are nurturing your body, keeping yourself mentally sane, because all of this could drive you crazy, right? So we need you together. We need you whole. We need you working on every part of you, performing self-care, just loving on yourself and your family right now. Make sure if you missed this live that you go back and watch it. Share it with somebody else who's on a healthy eating journey, who feels like, you know what, I need some ideas of how to cook better. Hey, Carmen, that's my songbird. Hey, songbird. She has a bad voice, y'all. If y'all don't know Carmen Calhoun, she has a song. It's all about you, all about me. I love her song, so y'all gotta look her up. All right, everybody, have a good evening. I have another webinar that I'm speaking on at 7 o'clock. So I got to get out of here. I can't be hanging out all day. Y'all look for it. I'll share it on my Facebook. It's going to be through Zoom. It's for Living Uncuffed with Capri Smith. And it's going to be 2 other dynamic business owners with me. We're going to be on there chatting it up to the ladies and talking about living a life uncuffed, especially amidst the craziness, and keeping our peace and our joy and cooking them healthy meals and performing self-care, what I teach about. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll likely do another live tomorrow with another delish meal. Yes, yes. All right, guys, make sure you follow me. Go to my website, totalharmonyenterprises.com, and pick up that book. It's my ebook is Release the Weight Without the Weight. Release the Weight Without the Weight. That's my featured product. If you hit shop on my website, Total Harmony Enterprises. Make sure you put an S on the end. TotalHarmonyEnterprises.com. Pick up the ebook. It's only $11, guys. Show some support. Show some love. It's going to get you on the journey to healthier living and performing self-care through your nutrition. It's a quick guide about sugarless living and a quick guide about intermittent fasting. So I do both, and that's how I release the 40 pounds that I've dropped over the last almost a year. The summer will make a year that I've dropped the 40 pounds. So healthy weight loss, natural weight loss, no kind of surgeries, no kind of weight loss supplements. I I don't believe in all that, okay? So everything you see me doing is all natural. Putting the grind in, putting the work in, having discipline, making sure I'm doing the things that I know is going to nurture my body for long term, because diets don't last long, right? But if you make healthy eating and self-care a way of living, a lifestyle, it will last forever. So I don't even second guess now, like, oh, what you eating? I know I'm not picking up no meat. I know I'm not doing a whole bunch of starch. I know I'm not eating sugar. I don't even buy it, so it's not readily available for me to even have it. So everybody just stay well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ladies, if you're free tonight at 7, jump on the live for this evening about women uncuffed. Talk to you soon. Bye.